Hi, this is E.T. speaking to you from the Apocalypse 2020. In case you're watching this in 2045, let's say. Suffice it to say that in the spring of this year, I can't use the V word, a lot of people are getting sick. And this too shall pass. When, I don't know. But that's not the topic of today's chat, which is the best fighter of all time in boxing and the criteria that are going to be used. And keep in mind, this is best, not greatest. In other words, B-O-A-T, best of all time, not G-O-A-T, greatest of all time. Great implies something beyond the ability to fight in the ring. The criteria that ET is going to use include the number of fights, the percentage of fights won, the quality of the opposition. Number 4, whether or not the fighter competed in the pre or post anabolic era. And ET has used 1960 as the dividing line. And I put up videos about that explain the reason why. Other criteria include the fighter's success during his prime years compared with the totality of years fought. Another criterion would be the domination of that fighter in various weight categories. And finally, to what extent this fighter dominated his era. The fighter I'm going to talk about today is somebody I would put into a rather large group that could be considered the greatest or the best of all time. This fighter began his career in the ring in 1988, and that continued until 2017. He had 92 fights, and I think he had something like a 51% KO record, but number of KOs do not count in ET's classification. This fighter stood 5 feet 10 inches tall, and I can't remember what that would be in centimeters. He had a reach of 72 inches. I think that would be 181, 82 centimeters. He started out as a welter weight, which maxes out at 147 pounds. That's 67 kilos. But he fought in various weight categories, including heavyweight, and finished off around 235 pounds. And I believe that would be 113 kilos, 114 kilos. He won various titles in different weight groups. Beginning in 1990, he was a Michigan State middleweight champion. The next year, he won the IBF World Middleweight title. In 93, I think, the IBF Super Middleweight title. In 95, he tried for several light heavy titles, did well, but he didn't take the title. Moved up to cruiserweight, and that was in 1997. He won the WBU title, an obscure organization, but a title. In 2004, another obscure organization awarded him a heavyweight title. But in 2006, this fighter won the WBA heavyweight title. And he competed against top-ranked opposition, including Michael Nunn. Who else? Oh, Roy Jones Jr. Does it get any better than that? Montel Griffin. Who else did he fight? Vasily Jurov as a cruiserweight. John Ruiz, not Andy Ruiz, but John held one version of the heavyweight title. Hasim Rahman. Samuel Peter, I think he fought Peter twice. Freyo Quendo, and I think his last big match was with Lucas Brown. And these are just a few of the really competent fighters that this man met in the ring. Most of the time victoriously. If you guessed who I'm talking about, it's James Toney. I know a lot of you are not going to be happy about that because, among other things, Toney's got the liability of not coming off well in social media or on television. He's a disagreeable person, at least appears to be. I don't know. But this is not a popularity contest. This is a ranking of the best of all time, and James Toney, in E.T.'s opinion, belongs in the mix. What do you think? Put in your comments below. If you have any other criteria to throw in there, write those comments in. Do like this video. You see the thumbs up, hit that. If you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified when future videos are uploaded. And recommend these videos to your friends if you would. Thank you very much. This is E.T. See you next time.